Today was rough. In 43 days, I visited 17 states, 2 Canadian provinces, and 1 national park, all while working remotely from my TEARDROP camper, following a caravan of other campers. What an adventure. I can't wait to share with you. Oh, and shout out to the Caviar Life YouTube channel for this hot toddy recipe. Good stuff. All right, a 43-day stretch doing the digital nomad RV life for a little bit. I'm heading to the Northeast United States, Southeast Canada. So my first stop, I've got about 360 miles to go, and I will be in Illinois. I'll let you know when I get there. For this leg of the journey, I am alone, but I will be meeting up with family in Virginia. That's in about 8 days. Right, so I am getting settled into my campsite at Jubilee College State Park campground. I am in site number 1, and as you can see, this is got a nice clear sky. If you have a Starlink for your digital nomad work or whatnot, the gravel path is really pretty level. Not perfectly level, but not bad. There's some nice trees behind you, and I just love that you really have your own space here. There are the little toilets and the water connection. But yeah, you're not like right next to your neighbor. Look at this. It's pretty nice. It's very quiet here today. Jubilee College State Park in Brimfield, Illinois. Oh, the trees, they're starting to change color. It is late September 2024. There's nobody here. Actually, I did see some other campers in other loops, but might be the only one in this loop. Look at me, I'm alone. It is 80 degrees out here. So I am thankful that there is some good shade. I'm trying to get a little fire going so I can cook my apple chicken sausage.
Because it also has like the surround sound, so we're both back here with popcorn and we're chilling and watching a movie, and that surround sound is just pumping you up right on our projection screen. So it's definitely something we find super useful. Friends. And it doesn't mean we have.
Well, I tried to rely on my hotspot this morning for my 8 a.m. meeting, and that did not go well. I lost connection in the middle of the meeting with a lot of people on there. So now I'm setting up my Starlink, and it seems to be like in this spot on the hood of the truck. Today was rough. It was day 1 of working from my camper for this year's big journey. So last year I followed my relatives on a big long road trip. I didn't stick with them the whole planned road trip because I got stressed out with trying to make reservations or find camping and keep up with them. They had their reservations and it was really tough. I had only made my reservations for so far out, and then I decided, I'm just gonna play it by ear after that. yeah, that was such a bad idea. So this year I have most of the campsites all reserved. There are a couple that I'm going to have to play by ear because they were full. So this year I also got myself Starlink. So that was another backup option for internet for me for digital nomad work. So today was day one of working. So I drove to my campsite last night, and I had to get up this morning and get into gear and work from the camper, and things did not go as I had hoped. They didn't go as smoothly as I had hoped. I ended up trying to use my hotspot initially from my Verizon service, and that did not work out at all. I had to run around, go out to my vehicle and get my Starlink and get it all set up and rush back into my camper and get it connected and rejoin the call. And unfortunately, the Starlink failed me a bit too, because it just kept dropping me and rejoining me and dropping me and rejoining me all day long through all of my meetings. So that was rough. And I even tried at one point to join the Teams meeting with dial in from my cell phone, but Verizon had some funky thing happen today and my phone went into SOS mode and I couldn't make calls. And I also ran into an issue where I needed to log into one of the applications for work, and it sends me a code to my cell phone and I could not. I kept saying, send me a code, resend me the code, resend me the code. And I was on SOS service. I had no service. I could not receive the code. So that was another issue that I ran into. Apparently that was a Verizon-wide issue today. So it was happening to a lot of people that their phones went into SOS mode. It wasn't just my location. So that was a relief to know it wasn't just me. And then I had to be out of my campsite by 3 o'clock, and I was so slammed at work. There was like no way that I could be done with my workday. So I ran around throwing things quite messily from the camper into my vehicle, and got pulled out of my campsite at 3:01 and just went to the bathroom area still in the campground where there were some dumpsters and some bathrooms, and I parked there, got my Starlink out, and continued to work until I could find a good stopping point. And by that time, Verizon actually ended up kicking back in, and I was able to get into that application that I needed to complete some other tasks there as well. And I don't think I hit the road till like 5 o'clock because I still needed to go to the dump station and the fresh water tank fill. And I ended up taking like 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to the next site, and it was dark and I couldn't find the whole campground. I couldn't even find the campground. I was digging loops through trees and a winding road, and so I got there late, and I got really lucky because I did not notice in any of my reservation instructions or anything that that it's a gated campground and they close their gates at 8 p.m. So I pulled up at 7:45 p.m. to the gates, and the sweetest gentleman greeted me. He had a map of the campground. He told me where my campsite was, and he was very kind and pretty funny, and made me feel better after I'd been lost and wandering for a little bit. And I hate pulling into a campsite at night in the dark. I hate it. But I managed to get backed in, and so I just brought minimal things into the camper with me to be able to work tomorrow, and enough to have had a dinner for tonight, and some breakfast in the morning, which is easy enough because I have a fridge. So I have some hard-boiled eggs I'm going to eat in the morning, and I've got some water in my little electric tea kettle, so I will just plug that in the morning and make, I've decided I'm just going to make instant, it's called instant coffee. Sorry, my brain sometimes is just tired. Well, I'm planning to work from the site for the morning and then move on at lunchtime to a restaurant that I've picked out. I think I'll go in like for coffee or for some lunch and check it out and see if they have outlets at their tables or booths or some kind of setup like that. And if they don't, it's fine. I will sit in the parking lot and break out my Starlink and my portable power station to power up my Starlink, because of course you need to plug that in. And I plan to finish up my afternoon and then head to my third campsite. Wish me luck. Okay, so now you know what real digital nomad life is like and how sometimes things just don't go according to plan. You make do and you pivot. Till next time, bye.